Hey guys, this is Rohit and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another car review. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the India's first safest hatchback, the Tata Altroz. And consider subscribing our channel for more such car reviews like this. And also make sure that you turn on the notification bell for the early updates. This Tata Altroz is originally launched in the year 2019. And in the next year 2020, the Altroz was subjected to the crash test and has achieved a 5-star rating which has been given by the Global NCAP, which overall makes this Tata Altroz to be the first Indian made hatchback with such a great safety rating. Well, maybe that's the reason why the tagline gold standard really makes justice to this Altroz. This Tata Altroz uses light and flexible construction and has been built on Alpha architecture. This Altroz right in front of us is the top model XZ Plus, which has a BS6 petrol engine. So it has a 3-cylinder 1.2 liter Petrol petrol unit which produces 86 brake horsepower and a maximum torque of 130 Newton meters. And also you have a turbo variant which is called by iTurbo, which is the same 1.2 liter petrol unit but with increased power and torque figures. So you'd be getting extra 14 horses, which is about 110 brake horsepower, and an additional 27 Newton meters, which is about 140 Newton meters. Well, that's about the petrol engines. While on the other hand, you have the diesel as well, which is a 4-cylinder 1.5 liter turbocharged Revotorque diesel unit, which produces 90 brake horsepower and a maximum torque of 200 Newton meters. Well, that's about all the engines that you have. And the most important thing to note here is the transmissions. So here you only have the option for 5-speed manual transmissions for all the engines, be it the petrol or the diesel. And there are no automatic transmissions on offer, which is something to consider when you are looking for this Altroz to be in an automatic variant. In the near future, the Altroz might get an automatic transmission, which probably might be a DCT or a dual clutch transmission. Coming to the fuel efficiency or the mileage figures, this petrol engine can return a mileage up to 19.05 kilometers per liter, while the diesel can return a mileage of 25.11 kilometers per liter. This Tata Altroz that you're seeing here is in downtown red, and you have other color options like the grey, white, blue and gold. So as you can see here, I have the key in my hand and you have 4 buttons on it. So you have 2 buttons for lock and unlock, a button for boot release, and finally a button for the lights. On the exterior note, here on the front you have completely neat look. You don't find any fancy stuff going over here. These headlamps over here gets the dual chamber projector setup, and also you have the turn indicators in it as well. In the bumpers you got the DRLs or the daytime running lights. Moving to the center here, you can find the grille which has the black treatment on it, along with the chrome lining on the other side as well. So overall the front portion has that decent and clean look, which I really like. And also on the bonnet you can find these creases. Moving on to the front windshield, you'll be getting a rain sensing wipers, and on the top you have the black roof along with the antenna. On the sides over here, these wing mirrors are finished in black along with some chrome inserts, and if you look closely you won't be getting any LED turn indicators in them, but rather you'll be getting them on the sides over here. So as you can see, you have these turn indicators on the sides. Now the tires that you get on this Altroz are 16-inch tires with a section of 185/60, and also you'll be getting 16-inch laser alloy wheels with the dual tone scheme. On the suspension note, you'll be getting independent MacPherson dual path strut with coil spring, while the rear suspension is a twisted beam with coil spring and shock absorber. The ground clearance is about 165 millimeters or 16.5 centimeters, which is decent. Well, this is how the Altroz looks from the side. Actually, it's a pretty long hatch. The length of the vehicle is close to 4 meters or 3990 millimeters to be precise. So yeah, the length is pretty much close to a sub 4 meter SUV. As you can see here, you have this thick black element over here, which actually adds to the sportiness, and also it extends all the way to the C-pillar as you can see here. The front door handles gets the body color along with keyless entry and go. However, on the rear doors, the door handles are actually placed in the C-pillar, which we have seen on the Swift as well. Moving on to the rear section, on the top you got the black roof. You have the high mount stop lamp as well. On the rear window you got the defogger along with the wiper. And again, the things which adds to the sportiness at the rear are these lights. Well, these are the LED tail lights along with the turn indicators. And the entire tail lamp section is covered in black, which extends or matches the black treatment that is given on the tailgate as you can see here. So the rear section looks more sportier than the front. So these styling cues literally tells you that it is an Altroz from wherever you see. And also you got this Altroz badging or the lettering to let you know that you have an Altroz. And just right below the badging you have the rear parking camera. And just right below the rear bumpers you have the reflectors, and in the center you have the reverse parking light, and also on the top you have the parking sensors. And on the rear window you can see a sticker saying vocal for local, and you know that's the slogan for promoting the made in India products. Alright, let's quickly open the boot and check the space. So this Altroz gets a boot capacity of 345 liters, which is a lot compared to the other cars in the segment. For the added practicality, you have this hook, and just underneath it you have a big trunk light. However, the space-saving spare tire. Under the boot is a 14-inch wheel, and the profile of the tire is a 165 by 80 section tire. Well, that's about the boot space. So let's move on to the rear seats. So as soon as you open the door, the first thing that you would be noticing would definitely be the opening angle. So this door opens perfect 90 degrees. Not only the rear doors, all 4 doors open 90 degrees, which I'll show you when I get to the front row seats. So the interior and the door bits are in grey and black combination, and these door handles have the fabric finish. And in the lower doors you got big pockets for your water bottles along with some space, and also you have the speaker next to it. The top interior door handles are finished in dark silver, and next to it you have the tweeter. Looks like the Altroz has a lot of space at the rear. So let's get in. So as you can see here, I'm sitting in the rear seat and the space is absolutely great. So down there you can see the legroom. It's pretty good. The floor, however, is pretty flat. You don't get any transmission tunnels as such. So the middle passenger sitting here would be comfortable. Being such a long hatchback, just nearly close to 4 meters, should definitely have these rear AC vents. So the Altroz excels in that segment, and just right below it you got some space to put your phone. So as you can see, my phone went halfway through, or probably that's the way it's designed. It should have been a little more deeper, which would have been great. But nonetheless, you got this 12 volts power socket. On the ceilings you got grab rails along with the hook, and this is how the front dash looks like. So as you can see, you have the blue ambient lighting which is illuminated in the center dash. Well, that's about the rear seats. And by the way, I just forgot, you do get a center armrest in the rear seats, but as of now it's packed. I can't really open it, but you do get 2 cup holders in it. So that's about it. Let's move on to the front seats. So just like I've mentioned earlier, you'll be getting body color door handles along with the keyless entry and go. And when you open the door, it opens all the way to 90 degrees. So just give me a second, I'll show you how wide the doors open. Alright, let me open the rear doors as well. So as you can see here from this perspective, which is from the sides, so the doors open absolutely wide, and I assume that it's perfect 90 degrees angle, but nonetheless that's how the doors open. Well, you might be wondering whether these wide opening doors really help you or not, and the answer would be yes, of course. Actually, this feature would really help the elder people and makes them more comfortable getting in and out of the car. So you got the dark silver interior door handles, next to it you have the tweeter, and here you have the driver's side controls. So you have the buttons for all the 4 power windows. You have the child lock along with the ORVM controls, and in the lower doors you have the space for your water bottle, and next to it you have the speaker. Down there you have the pedals, and next to it you have a proper dead pedal, and over here you have some space. You can put your keys over here. Moving on to the top, you have the engine start stop button, and next to it you have the light switches along with auto on off function. On the top, these aircon vents gets the aluminum finish. The driver's side seat here is height adjustable and also reclinable as well. The upholstery used on the seats is the premium leatherette seats, and you have the white stitching on it. So alright, let's get into the cabin. So as soon as you sit in the driver's seat, the first thing that gets your attention would be this steering wheel. So this is a 3-spoke flat bottom steering wheel, and it's tilt adjustable, not telescopic as such. The finish on the steering wheel is really great. You get this nice leather wrap on it, and also you have some dark silver inserts on it, as you can see here. Moving on to the mounted controls, on the left side of the steering you have the switches. You got volume buttons, phone buttons, voice inputs, and also a button for Bluetooth and USB connectivity. And on the right side you have the cruise control buttons, and also the horn buttons are integrated on either sides. And behind the steering wheel on the left side you have the wiper controls, and on the right side you have the light controls. Alright, let's turn on the ignition. So this Altroz is equipped with 7-inch TFT digital instrument cluster. It's just like the one which we have seen on the Harrier. And if you haven't watched my Tata Harrier's 2021 review, I have given the links in the description, so you can check that review as well later on. But coming back to this, on the right side you have the speedometer, and on the left side you have the digital screen. And this digital screen has the rev meter on the left side and displays all other functions. So it shows you odometer, time, temperature, fuel level, door open warning. It shows you instant fuel economy, media controls, power and torque bands, and here in the settings you can adjust the illumination and all other things, and also the graphics are clear. So that's about the gauge cluster. Moving on to the center of the dash, here you have the 7-inch floating dash top infotainment system by Harman. So this infotainment touchscreen supports radio, Bluetooth, USB, iPad connectivity, WhatsApp and text message readouts, image and video playback at the park condition, and also comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This Altroz is also equipped with connected car technology. So you would be getting this IRA connected car technology for the top end variants, where you'd be using the Connect Next app suite, which you can use it from the smartphone. And I'll be making a separate video on this connected car tech features. Also, you got this park assist feature, which is also handy. Well, that's about the infotainment touchscreen. Following it, you have the central aircon vents separated by the hazard switch. And just right below it, you have the infotainment buttons. So you have the volume knobs, track seeking buttons, back, and other switches for different functions as well. Well, this is where the ambient lighting comes in, or it is called the mood lighting. And here is the fully automatic climate control system. So on the left side, you have a single knob to adjust the temperature, and the changes are showed in the infotainment system itself. You got the switches for the fan speed and also other buttons for different functions. And following the climate controls, you have the charging ports. So you got a USB port along with a 12 volts power socket. Also some space for your phone or your things with some illumination. And here in the center, you have this 5-speed gearbox. And like I said earlier, you won't be getting any automatic transmission in this Altroz. So all you get is a 5-speed manual gearbox. And the gear knob here is finished in leather. And again, you got the dark silver treatment around the central portion. Over here, you have a button for the eco mode. And following it, you have 2 square cup holders. And for convenience, you get this central armrest, which is slidable. And again, it's finished with leather along with white stitching. And inside the armrest, you have some little space. Moving on to the passenger side dash, here you have some glossy smooth finish. And you get this satin chrome finish on it, which is really nice. And just down below, you have the glove box. Well, this is a 15-liter cool glove box with illumination. And also you have the retractable tray in the glove box, which is good for organizing things. Well, this is a pretty large glove box. Moving on to the top, over here you have the interior rear view mirror or the IRVM. And over here you have a slot for your sunglasses, followed by a reading light. And finally you have the sun visor. Well, that's about the interiors. The Tata Altroz is known for its safety. So it's packed with a lot of safety features. So you get dual front airbags, ABS with EBD and CSC or cornering stability control, reverse parking sensors, ISOFIX child seat mounts, driver and co-driver seatbelt reminder, high-speed alert system, impact sensing auto door unlock, and front seat belt with load limiter. And finally, coming to the on-road prices, the petrol base model XC costs around 6,28,000 rupees on-road Delhi, while the top model XZ Plus Turbo costs around 9,92,000 rupees on-road Delhi. On the other hand, the diesel base model XC costs around 8 lakhs on-road Delhi, while the top model diesel XZ Plus costs around 10,74,000 rupees on-road Delhi. So that's all for the review, guys. I hope you like this review of this Tata Altroz XZ Plus variant. So give it a like and consider subscribing our channel for more such car reviews like this. So thank you so much and have a nice day.